Hello, and welcome to the On Shin A Show, where your mental fitness is our business. Hello, welcome to the On Shin A Show, where your mental fitness is our business. So, it is nice to be back. We have taken a quick break, given things some thought, retooled, reclaimed, etc. I think that this is a perfect opportunity to restart back up. It is February 2021. It is Wednesday, 2021, February 17th. And today is a very, very good day indeed. Valentine's Day was a few days ago when we did a special podcast with the music and everything. But ever since Gage Kirby has appeared on the scene, it's been harder and harder to actually do podcasting stuff because he continues to stalk us constantly, like nonstop. Like it's really, really hard to actually understand the mindset of Gage Kirby. It's not impossible, but it's very, very hard because he's not necessarily mentally steady. And he continues to persecute the very likes of the LGBT plus community. And it really, really does hurt not only the community but myself as well, being part of the community and all. And it's weird because it's like, most people would say, okay, well, if you stand up for, let's say, for the Muslims, or let's say for Buddhists, or let's say for any group of people, or any minority, that would be a actual good thing. That would be an actually good thing. That would be a perfect thing because we need more unity. We need more community. We need more togetherness. We need a more family type or connections. We need more family oriented connections. And I don't mean family oriented in the sense of the conservative definition of family oriented. I mean real family oriented, meaning that whatever your family consists of, we get together and we enjoy life. Whether your family consists of all straight people or some straight, some gay, all gay, some straight, some gay, some lesbian, some trans, some bisexual, some whatever. The spectrum is endless, but at the end of the day, we can all manage to get along and to come together as equals. And it seems to me like when I try to do those sort of things, here comes the conservatives like Gage Kirby and Damian Tate and these GC2 cult followers. Excuse me. These two cult followers who continue to stalk the LGBT plus community. And they will find everything to complain about. It's like they just never, ever seem to stop. And it's like they say they have lives and they have jobs, but I doubt that. Because it's like, if you had a life, you'd be busy living your life instead of going around attacking other people's lives. And if you had a life, you would know what it's like when you'll know what it's like to actually, you'll know the joys of life. And because you know the joys of life, you wouldn't want anyone else to be denied that opportunity as well. Because you will appreciate life so much that you want other people to appreciate their lives as well, instead of going around destroying and creating havoc and confusion and mayhem and delay in the lives of others, lying and slandering and persecuting people. Oh, well, you're from Pakistan, you must be bad. When the fact is, you know nothing about that person, you know nothing about their culture, you know nothing about their traditions, you know nothing about their beliefs. And even if their beliefs are not what you believe in, you still have no right to go around like being a punk and just going out of your way to cause harm to other people. It's like the insurrection on the Capitol. Yes, Joe Biden won. Yes, Donald Trump lost. Okay, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry that Donald Trump lost. But that doesn't give you an excuse to go around attacking people and threatening their lives and trying to destroy democracy and humanity's way of life just because your favorite president lost. I voted for Hillary Clinton, and when Donald Trump ran for president first time in 2016, and Hillary Clinton lost. Was I upset? Yes. But guess what? Okay, there'll be another opportunity for the Democrats in 4 years. Well, there you go. There you go. You have another 4 years. You have another 4 years. Right? So in 4 years, you have an opportunity to go and support your candidate and support the Republican Party and whatever. But instead, did Hillary supporters go and invade the Capitol? No. Did we burn the White House? No. Did we go and show ill will to our neighbors and to people who coexist with us on this earth? No. What do we do? We accepted defeat and we prepare for 2020. And yes, Trump won, and whether or not I agree with his policies, which I don't, it's a whole nother podcast for a whole nother time. But at the end of the day, he was upset about it. Okay, we accepted that Donald Trump won, and then Donald Trump got impeached, and we accepted that too, and we found he cheated, and he was responsible for quid pro quo and corruption, and he wouldn't release his tax returns, he did all this stuff, and he was racist against Mexicans and everything like that, and we accepted it. I mean, we didn't like it, but we didn't invade the White House. We didn't go and, eventually people got tired and they protested, which they have that right to do. But at the end of the day, it's like, it was because there was something that was actually happening that shouldn't be happening. If a president loses the election, there's a 50% chance that Donald Trump would won. There's a 50% chance that Donald Trump would have lost. And he lost. Okay, so that's not an injustice. It just means that the president lost. Donald Trump lost. And even if he won this time, what are you gonna do in 2024? Right? You're gonna get mad at him because he didn't run again. See how they love him so much. You're gonna make him, be able to run for president, for the rest of his life. I mean, either way, whether it's this term or the next term, he was gonna leave anyway. So, you have to understand how to take. You have to understand how to better handle loss. And being angry and bitter at other people and attacking people is not how you take care of your hurt because you lost someone. I mean, people lose family members, people lose. And it's interesting because it's not like he died. I mean, he's just not present anymore. So you can still support him. I don't know why you want to do that though, but I mean, you can still, if that's your convictions, then so be it. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can still support Donald Trump without him being president. Like, you don't have to. He doesn't need to be in the White House in order for you to support him. Like, he doesn't. It's weird because you have all these people. Before he was president, most of the people didn't even know who he was, and then out of nowhere he pops out. Well, not out of nowhere. I mean, he was always on television, Apprentice and stuff. But as soon as he became president, you got all these people who follow him. Now they act like they can't live without him. When before they found out who he actually was, what he actually believed in, a lot of them hated him, and a lot of people lived without him. So it's really more of a mental thing. It's more like what's inside their mind. It's not, I mean, you can live without Donald Trump being the president. You can. You're not going to just. The human race is not going to end because Donald Trump is not president anymore. Some will say that the human race would be a lot better since Donald Trump is not in office anymore. It depends on what side what side you are on in terms of your beliefs. But even if I'm on the left and you're on the right, I'm not gonna go off and attack you and bully you and demoralize you and demean you. So then, what is the excuse for the right to do the same thing to the left? They sit there and they say that, okay, well, we're all evil, and the LGBT plus community is evil, and and all this stuff. But then the question becomes how, because they always sit there and say what we are. They never say why we are those things, or how we are those things. How are we? How are we bad? And it really opens the door to a whole new opportunity. Because it's one thing to say, hey, we're bad, we're horrible, we're this, we're that, we're the other. But at the end of the day, no, we're this, we're that, we're the other. But then, if you can't answer why, and then becomes the question, okay, well, someone loves you who is, someone loves someone who you don't agree with, or who you think, okay, well, those two people have fallen in love, and you don't agree with them loving each other. Why is that any of your business in the first place? Why are you so keen on making people like you? And it's it's not about people being like me. And it's not about people being, believing what I believe. It's morally wrong. Well, it's not wrong to love, because if heterosexuals have the right to love, and gay people have the right to love too. So, the conservatives, they sit there and say that they believe in equality, but it was actually time to embrace and actually act on their words, act on the beliefs that they claim they believe, act on the things that they claim to believe in. They fail, because the reality of the matter is they don't actually believe in equality. What they believe in is their own agenda, or they believe in their own beliefs they believe in their own understanding of equality, which is flawed at best. And so it's like you would think that in the 21st century we wouldn't have to go through this. No, we wouldn't have to go through like the the drama and all the extra things that go on that shouldn't happen. And I honestly think that Gage Kirby and the other conservatives, they really need to learn to get rid of their anger and like learn to respect other people who are different, because they'll waste their whole entire life hating people for their differences. They'll pass away, or they'll die, and then what? I mean, gay people are still gonna be on Earth, right? Lesbians are still gonna be lesbians, and you know, bisexuals are still gonna be bisexuals, and you know, black people are still gonna be black, and Chinese people are still gonna be Chinese. So then, what was all that yelling for? Absolutely nothing. What was all that anger for? Absolutely. What was the point of the insurrection in the Capitol? Nothing. Because guess what? Donald Trump still lost. Joe Biden still won. And now you got a whole bunch of people who are dead. All this damage. These people getting picked off one by one. You know, for what they did in the Capitol. People are sitting there scared. Donald Trump got beat the second time. So how does that benefit you as a conservative? It's like you cannot just sit there and say that, oh, okay, well, you know, well, we have the right to believe what you believe in, because it's far more than that. You know, there's a difference between you not liking something and then moving on with your life. I don't like this, so I don't like buses riding on the roadways. Okay, we understand that. Okay, fine. And then move on with your life. Okay, we understand you don't like it. That's your right. That's your choice. That's fine. And you move on with our lives. That's perfectly fine. But when you go out and say, I don't like something, okay, you understand you don't like something, and you go and inflict violence against people, or you just go on and on and on. It's like 15 years later, you're still going on with the same thing. And especially when that thing that you don't like is actually something that you should not actually like. Like you should like like the things that you don't like isn't actually worth not liking. You know, like I mean, like the LGBT plus community has done nothing to conservatives. You know, they just living their lives. You know, just like black people. It's like he done nothing to you, and here comes a white man coming to the villages, and he burn the villages and throw you in slave ships and ship you off to America. Ship you off to America, all because they're too lazy to pick their own cotton and to do their own work. And it's like, I mean, it's one thing if it's like, okay, I want to hire these people from other countries. You know, okay, that's one thing. But like, no benefits. You can't read. You can't learn to read and write. You can't sing. You know, you're not free. You know, all your rights are taken from you. Your name is taken from you. You know, it's like basically worthless. You're basically nothing, and that's really the hard bit about the whole entire thing. Because people like Gage Kirby are going around making people feel worthless about themselves, and it's, you know, and then when you call them out about it, they want to get angry at you for calling them out instead of getting mad at themselves for doing the very thing that led people to call them out in the first place. And I mean, like, you know, I believe that this year was going to be a good year. It's going to be a great year. But at the same time, the conservatives are not making it easy for any of us. And whether whether or not whether or not this year is good is up to us as individual people. And Gage Kirby can be rude all he wants to. He can hate people all he wants to. He can be transphobic and homophobic all he wants to. But it's not going to stop the fact that people are who they are. People are who they choose to be. Gage Kirby hate black people all he wants to, but black lives will always matter. And and it's like, it's kind of interesting because it's like, like the conservatives, they have a whole bunch of things to say because most of the stuff is hatred anyway. They repeat the same thing over and over again, and whatnot. I mean, I have no problem with people with universal health care. I mean, why should a person have to make a decision as to whether to be healthy and dead or not dead, not healthy? I mean, like, should there be one decision? You go to the doctor, you get your checkups, you get things done, you take care of your body, you live a long life, and the only reason why a lot of people can't be healthy is because of the fact of, financial issues and whatnot, which is really unfair, But the conservatives don't understand about giving. It's weird because they believe in the Bible, and the very Bible that they believe in clearly states that God loves a cheerful giver. So, how can you sit there and say that you believe in the Bible, you believe in God, you believe in all this stuff when God says to love a cheerful giver, yet you're sitting there being selfish and keeping all your money for yourself? Keeping people from giving to others, keeping people from giving to charities. You yell at people who want to help other people, and I mean, you clearly see the hypocrisy in that. And so I mean, Gage Kirby, as well as the rest of the conservatives, I never said one time to hate them. I never said one time to go and attack them. But at the end of the day, the people have the right to know the truth. And if you don't want me to tell the truth about you, which is of a negative light, then don't do things negative that will lead people to talk about you in a negative light. I mean, I haven't done anything to these people. All I ever did was tell them to, leave people alone. Why you gotta yell and scream and holler at people for? And then they go and attack you, it's like, all because you're standing up against cyberbullying, all because you're standing up against bullying and whatnot. And they don't see what they've done. They don't see the evils of their ways. They only see what you've done, which you haven't done anything. They cast what they've done onto you, and then they make what they've done your burden. And such. But I believe in something. I believe in a better world. I am not the enemy here. I am not the enemy. And no matter how many times, Gage Kirby and the conservative right, the radical right, would go off and try to make everything that's good bad and everything that's bad good. We can't give up now. We're ever so closer to living the lives that we want to live. A life of peace and prosperity and equality and unity. And in order to do that, we cannot give up. We have to fight through the darkness with the light. When Gage Kirby goes and calls me names and calls me retarded and calls me all sorts of stuff. I can get mad at him, I can call him names, but I don't. I come at his darkness with light. And the best light is knowledge. The best light is forgiveness. That's the best policy, to forgive. And it doesn't mean that you can't speak up and speak out against injustice. It means that you're doing it, but at the same time keeping the peace. No insurrections, no personal attacks. Gage Kirby lies. He constantly lies about me and other people. But I forgive him for it. I wish he would stop. I wish that the madness would stop. But I do forgive him for it. And he can live in the past and he can make up stuff all he wants to, but I'm completely over it. My job is to stand up for the people, not to waste my time with bigots and white supremacists and people who just don't understand or who choose not to understand the realities that exist around them. So I hope that Gage Kirby and the rest of the conservatives will get the help that they need, get the mental help that they need, and actually live like positive lives, live their lives and whatnot. And until next time.